They have threatened to demolish all the properties in this estate. It's in the public domain. We shall resist that with all we have.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now also, for your information, there is a subsisting court order. Restriction. A subsisting court restriction saying they cannot demolish. This was issued in 2022 and it's a perpetual injunction against FCTA and other agencies. The case is still in court. They have no right, no legal right to come here and demolish a single property. We have it here and we will present it to you. NUT was flooded, River Park Estate was flooded, Klobek was flooded, Crown was flooded, Wisdom was flooded, Jedo Estate was flooded, Green Africa was flooded. These are not mentioned by FCTA. And all they talk about is Trademore Estate. Now, can we say this once and for all? If government agencies have any issues with the developer of this estate, they should take that problem away from this estate. They should take it away from the estate. What we are asking for right now is solution to the problem. No more blame games anymore. Now also, an institution of the federal government. Will the Federal Mortgage Bank or the federal government of Nigeria have given loans to individuals to buy houses without verifying the authenticity of the land title? And you are saying federal government wouldn't have done their due diligence before loans are released. That is the narrative of government agencies. The Nigerian police bought 100 units of houses in this estate. Will they have done that without investigating the genuineness of the land title? The commissioning of those units were carried out by the then Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Nnamdi Sambo. Are you telling me that the Vice President of Nigeria came to commission an illegal estate? Trademore Estate is not one house or two houses or 3 units. We are over 2,000 units here. Are we saying that development control were unaware when those houses were built? Trademore Estate alone has 3 polling units. When votes are taken from here, it is not illegal. When tenement rates are paid from here, the estate is not illegal. When land charges and other numerous taxes from the same FCTA were collected from here, the estate is not illegal. Now that time has come for them to provide stormwater infrastructure, they have declared us illegal. In fact, AEDC collects, this is a cash cow for AEDC, an income of about 30 million naira per month from this estate, an illegal estate, so they say. These are questions that we're expecting the FCT administration to answer and tell the entire world the truth of what's going on, what's really going on. Trademore Estate, we emphasize, is not illegal. Yes. Trademore Estate is financed by federal government of Nigeria. Part of Trademore Estate was commissioned by the federal government of Nigeria. Where is the illegality? That is the question we dare ask the government. Trademore Estate is not a disaster zone.
Yes. Yes.
Rather, what we have is a leadership disaster in FCTA.
Yes.
Who are too shy to think, who are unable to carry out their primary responsibilities. The person who declared this estate a disaster zone is the permanent secretary of FCTA. And he did not even enter the estate. He did not carry out any investigation. He came with a crew of about 20 Lexus Jeeps and Hiluxes. As soon as it started raining, he ran away. He ran away. We have the videos, we have the evidences. He ran away. And on arrival in his office, he called you, the pressmen, and said, this is a disaster zone. Whereas he's the creator of the disaster.
Yes.
What we need is the implementation of the already provided solutions to the flooding. Not the easy blame game that the FCT administration is trying to play here. We have experts in this estate who are even better placed and better positioned than the one employed by FCTA. We've proffered solutions. We have international experts in this estate. We've told them what needed to be done. At previous meetings, we told the developer what he has to do. He has done his own bit. But the government reneged on their own. External works outside of the estate has nothing to do with the developer. That is to do with government. Regarding the recent spate of flood situation in Lugbe as a whole, and particularly in Trademore Estate, it will be pertinent to give a broad detail of what has transpired. Like I said, Trademore Estate came into being in 2007 when the first set of allottees came in, and at the inception of 2006 through 2008. And up to 2014, there was no incidences of flood in Trademore. Are you telling me there was no rain between 2007 to 2014?
Almost 10 years.
By 5th of May 2014, we experienced the first incidence of flooding 8 years after. Upon investigation as to the cause of the flooding, we discovered the following. One, that the first 3 meter by 3 meter box culvert after Wisdom Estate, which was constructed by Trademore and which was active with the flood water passing through, has suddenly gone dry with the heavy rainfall up till now. And what did we discover? The Voice of Nigeria Estate is sitting on that channel. They've now diverted the water into Trademore. So therefore, that channel has ceased to exist as far as we are concerned. The water is no longer going in that direction. Is that Trademore problem? Somebody has diverted water into Trademore. That estate was approved by development control and government agencies, and they're aware of the construction. They approved the diversion of the water into Trademore. That we also discovered that there is a dam at Aleita which collects water from Piakasa, Kaura, Dakwo, Duboi, Gadua, etc., which holds water for a while and is released into Trademore at will. Please, you can go and check this out. That there is a massive estate development within the catchment area of the flood, which has increased the storm water tremendously. Now, can I tell you this? When this place was built, there were not many estates around here. Therefore, when rain falls, the water percolates into the soil. And when the development came, the water has to find its way. And most of the estates around Trademore are not mass housing. Trademore alone is more than half of all the estates in the area. Now we have about minimum 74 estates in this area. That tells you the amount of water that has been diverted into Trademore, because it's owned by ordinary people. That there has been massive reclamation of land after Trademore, culminating in reduction in the width of the outlet after Trademore, especially at Klobeck Estate, Wisdom Estate, Palm Heights, Phase 4. Now, we also have a Lebanese house and Lebanese land just after the Trademore gate here. He actually took over half of the channels of the water. Development Control and other government agencies came here and they saw it. He put a retaining wall in the middle of the channel and he now sand-filled part of the channel, therefore constricting the flow of water. Government agencies came, they saw it, they looked away. And their own answer is to come and demolish Trademore. Now, what have we done? What have we done? We have since reclaimed that land back. We have expanded that channel. This has been done in the last 48 hours. thanks to the developer who provided all the necessary infrastructure. That there is massive, I've said that. Now, all these findings were tabled before Development Control Team, headed by one Mr. Adam, that visited the estate after the period of the first flooding of the 5th of May 2014. And these were their recommendations. We should demolish existing single cell culvert and construct a double cell culvert measuring 12 meters by 3 meters. Dredge and distill all the canals passing through Trademore. Re-erect falling retaining walls and increase its height. These recommendations were executed by Trademore promptly, after which there was no flood in 2015, 2016, 2017, and 2018. In 2019, there was another major flooding, and upon further investigation, we discovered that the source of the flooding was due to the collapse and failure of the dam at Aleita. After this, the flooding became perennial. At this point, we commissioned a detailed investigation into the causes of perennial flooding. A detailed report of the investigation can be made available again by the developer Trademore Holdings Limited. Again, with this period, we interfaced with Development Control, and the developer made certain suggestions and requests, which was graciously permitted then to execute the following: expansion of the 2-cell culvert to 3-cell, totaling 15 by 3 meters, which is completed. Expansion and dredging of the canal before and after the culvert to 25 meters, which was completed. However, all the recommendations about rechannelization by government were all ignored. Government did nothing to abate the perennial flooding in Trademore. The dam, our recommendations right now: the dam at Aleita needs to be re-evaluated. The 3 culverts commencing from Ecological Road culvert after Trademore, which currently hold an average width of 9 meters, should be expanded to a minimum 2 15-meter span or 1 20-meter span. And that is the culvert outside of this gate. And it was done by Ecological Fund. At the time of the construction, we suggested, we argued, we told them the right thing to do, but they chose to do the wrong thing. If you look at the height of the road, it's above the estate. All waters, all storm waters on the road are discharged into the estate, and it creates a confluence where we are having this meeting right now. Hence, we keep having loss of lives. But I must clear this once and for all. We've never had any member of this estate involved in any form of death as a result of flooding. Those who are dead are those who are visitors to the estate. Because what we're hearing is estate residents are dying. No member of Trademore has ever died as a result of that, and no one will die as a result of that. Now, Ecological Fund Office construction defect at Trademore Second Gate entrance, as like I said, has channeled water down into Trademore Gate. Finally, the critical culvert at the Airport Express Road should be evaluated. Now, we will ask the pressmen to please visit that place. Our express road is what is called the Airport Road. It's a 10-laner. There are 3 cells under the road. The amount of water generated by the channels, as we've already said, going towards that direction, those cells are unable to accommodate them. Therefore, we need a bridge there to allow the water to go through. Now, because something in engineering, we call it throating, that is, where you are pouring water from a bucket onto a bottle. Now, you cannot get it. It's not the other way around. Therefore, there is constriction there, causing water to back into Trademore. Yes. And all the estates, adjoining estates in the area.
The position we are now is the Voice of Nigeria cell culverts. Before now, if it rains, this place, you see water passing through this part. It gets filled up. As you can see now, there's no sign of that, in spite of the fact that there was flooding in Trademore. What happened? Inside Voice of Nigeria, they reclaimed the land there and built on top. blocking these parts. So now, all the water that do pass this way before is channeled to Trademore. So that's why you see the volume being rising there. So we suggest that, okay, if there's a way this place can be open, it will reduce the volume that goes there. But we've been talking with government up till now, we've not had anything. The only thing they asked us to do, the last time they were here 2 years ago, we met with them. They said they are coming also to meet with us so that we'll find a way of solving this problem. But up till now, nothing was done. So the only thing we're hearing now is Trademore is going to be demolished. That's why we invite you guys down here so that you will see on site situation what is happening. Thank you.
So are you saying no water from Trademore is passing through this channel?
How I wish you'll be here when it rains. You see what we are saying. Now it's just trickles that comes here because of maybe surface water that goes in, yes. But the major water that comes before has been blocked, so it doesn't come this way again.
I think they are erring in their thinking. They need to do the needful. I want you to understand one thing, that if in the course of our discussion and we find out that, okay, we're going to do this, but this place has to go, we do not have a problem with that too. The issue is you can't just come and demolish without doing your findings. It is not fair. It is inhuman. Dialogue. We are willing to dialogue with them, but we will resist any form of demolition without dialogue.
There should be humanity in their statements. Their attitude, their actions, their utterances, it's inhuman and it's not fair. Don't forget that Nigerians are suffering. Everybody is groaning. You now want to add more to their suffering. It's not fair. It is not fair. Let them do the needful. We've done part of their jobs for them. We've traced all the places that has issues. Let them meet with us. Let us dialogue. I think that's a sensible thing to do at this stage.
Not grievances. We are asking governments to rise up to their responsibility. And if you have professionals who are dull, then they take very dull and lazy decisions. The problem we have in Trademore requires intellectual application. And we have that in abundance in Trademore to offer. Let government collaborate with us and we'll be willing to work with them. And it's not about coming here and say you want to demolish properties. Then you must give me the reasons why you want to demolish. It's not, flooding is not enough to demolish any property, because that happens all over the world. Okay? The whole of Holland is sitting on water. The whole of London City is sitting on water and is controlled. We can control flood. Most of the problems in Trademore are not caused by Trademore. They are caused by associated and other estates around us. And what we are saying is, let's come together, let's profile long-lasting solution. And we are willing to be part of that. They are the ones that are paid to do the job. We are not going to be paid, and we will offer our intellectual competencies to assist them, because they don't seem to know what they're doing. And that's what we're talking about.
Okay, before the long-term solution is put in place, is there any short-term solution put in place? Because we are still in the rainy season and there is still that there is still a flood. So is there any solution put in place?
Of course, there are short-term solutions. Right now, our own developer is already beginning to further expand the channels and deepen it and widen it, okay, in order for the water to go out of Trademore very quickly. But my fear is this: if similar palliative measures are not carried out outside of the estate, we're going to be back to square one. That is why we need government and its agencies to get up. Before we talk about permanent solution, they need to expand the channels and get the water out of the estate very, very quickly. So if we can all converge with our interests, then the answer will be very easy too. A solution is at hand.